We are back for another episode. We're still in the vote. We took our talents to Atlanta. We had V-Script yesterday, and today we got another special guest. I'm Aaron, this is Jay, and this is Quality Drinking. You know why we're here. We're here to learn, laugh, have fun. Most importantly, we're here to drink.
Let me let everybody know who we got. We got an artist. Dude from Little Rock. Be 19. He was on a floor with a lot of heavy hitters that was his judges. He a music sensation. We got Qiuentelli in the building. Qiuentelli, touchdown in the 8 with Qiuentelli. You know what I'm saying? How you feel? How you feel?
I'm good, man. Look.
You here?
Yeah, for sure. Happy to be here, man.
Nah, we definitely do this one time out the season. You that special guest out of one time. I know you don't drink.
Nah.
For those, he don't drink, so we gonna keep it all Fiji for you. You know what I'm saying? Nice quality shit. Alright, you ready?
Yeah.
Alright. You ready? Alright. Tell us who is Qiuentelli?
Man, artist, songwriter, entrepreneur, son, brother, good guy, shit.
Yeah.
LeBron James fan. So,
Okay.
yes, sir.
Was music always in that DNA?
Yeah. Man, my mom actually, she used to sing. So, like, I got into it because on Saturdays she would write songs every Saturday. So it was this one particular Saturday that, of course, I would always see her. You know, she would play music that I would like, but I never would, pick up the mic and be like, "Mom, I'm gonna sing." But I was like 6 years old, and this is one time she was like, she was writing this song. We was cleaning up, and I asked her, "Mama, can I sing?" She's like, "Well, you can't sing." I'm like, "Nah, I'm ready," So she's like, "Nah." So I was listening to the song she was writing. So I went up to her and I started singing a song. And I didn't sound 6, but I had been listening, I had been watching, I've been observing her for a long time. So when she heard me, she called the whole family. It's like, "You got one, like, get ready," So after that, she just started nurturing my gift,
Yeah.
We just hit the ground running, man.
Were you ever in the gospel? Because most people, they come from gospel to churches.
That's what I started. That's what I started.
You was in the church.
I was, because that's what she started. So that's all she knew,
Okay.
So when I got into singing, she grew up in church, so she didn't know nothing about R&B. She listened to it, but her background was church, so that's what she pushed me in.
Yeah.
You feel like starting out gospel, you feel like did that help with your tone?
Yeah, for sure. It, in gospel, everything is like tone. Tone is not tone driven. It's more about what you can do vocally. So my tone, I guess it came from who I was listening to, and of course, it plays a part. Your parents' tone and stuff like that. That comes down genetics, but the people I listened to were extremely vocally gifted. So it helped, but it helped keep me versatile. It allowed me to do certain things when I switched over and whatnot. But it definitely played a huge part.
Who was some big artist that mom played in the house at the time?
She was cleaning up and stuff.
As far as like genre or them
period.
Yeah, oh man, she played Kales, Usher. She played Anthony Hamilton, India.Arie, Music Soul Child.
Mm-hmm.
Man, for gospel she played Dorinda Clark, Kim Burrell, Kirk Franklin.
Yeah.
All of those, like the heavy hitters. She was.
The heavy hitters.
Yeah, for sure. She was definitely in that.
Who you felt like stuck to you the most? That when you was younger, you wanted to hear this every time mom played music.
So I'm gonna go genre based. So I'm gonna start with R&B. R&B, it was Usher and it was Brandy. Those two stuck to me. And then for gospel, it was the Clark sisters, specifically Dorinda Clark, because I like that tone, and Kim Burrell, they stuck to me.
So right away, you knew R&B was your niche for music wise.
Yeah, I loved it. But of course, when you 6, you don't know. You just want to sing. So I just want to sing. I wasn't aware of what I was doing, but I know I liked doing it. So you know, for the time being in that season, you know, her job, she felt like she just had to push me, you know. Whichever route I took as I got older, you know, that was gonna happen.
You had any like competitions at a young age, as far as middle school? We're gonna get into the big one later on.
Yeah.
Any young ones, elementary school, talent shows, anything you tapped into?
Yeah, we used to, when I was like 7, 8, 9, 10, they used to have this movie theater in Little Rock, and they used to host talent shows there. Mm-hmm. So of course I used to do them all the time. I did it for like 3 years straight. I won like twice. Good. And I came in second and third year, but I didn't do talent shows much once I got into like my teenage years. Yeah. Like I started getting into like the bigger talent shows once I got around that age. But you know, you have to crawl before you walk. So.
Yeah.
What's your favorite part about performing on a big stage?
On a big stage, just being able to, just knowing that I can control someone, you know, with what's coming out of my mouth, you know, like
mentally and physically.
Yeah, like for real though, especially like, you know, especially I do R&B, so my biggest fan base will be women, you know, so knowing that I can control how they feel and, you know, send different emotions through them just by what I'm saying.
You like playing with your mind.
I do.
That's all that is. That's all
I
you
do. Yeah, you know, like for real. So I love it, especially when you're good at it. You know, there's a difference between doing it and actually knowing how to do it. You know, so like I feel like I'm pretty good at it now.
When you're on stage, you have a lock-in with that one particular female.
She gotta be bad.
She gotta be bad.
She gotta be bad, bro. So like, if she out there, of course, you know, I'm like, oh shit, let me look a couple times, you know, catch your attention sometimes. But
you tell them to come backstage, and you tell the security guard how they go.
Bro, it's crazy because it's like I don't really have to do that though, because it's like, you know, when you on stage and you perform it, they tend to come to you. So like I get DMs like, oh, I was at the show and yada yada, shit like that. So like, you know, we got social media now, so it's
you know,
that's
kind of the old way, but you could do it.
Yeah, it's the older way.
You want it on site.
Yeah, for sure. Yeah.
You can do that.
Yeah, that's easy. Yeah, but it's like now it's to the point where niggas or females be like, oh, like I was at the show and let me scope it out real quick.
Yeah.
You know, Instagram, you ain't got they can't see unless you you know, accept it. So if they ain't like that, I'm like, I ain't see it.
When you crafting, when you crafting them songs for these women, you know, really for yourself, is it like breakups that you went through? Have you ever made a song over like a big breakup or a girl, you know?
Yeah.
It's over you in a bad way, how they go?
Yeah, it's like I feel like when it comes to music, you know, you tend to make music based off of what you've been through, what you experience, you know, and it comes from who you listen to too. So like, I create off of my experiences, and my biggest influences in my artistry right now today is like Qiuentelli, Drake. So you know, they write music with emotion, you know, so I relate to that a lot. One, based off my vocal ability and me being able to, you know, be versatile in how I manipulate my voice. So I tend to, you know, gravitate to that type of music, you know. Yeah. And I think I'm good at it too. I'm really good at, you know, saying how I feel. Yeah. Because, you know, everybody went through a breakup, or know somebody that went through a breakup, or something like that. So it's easy to relate. I just like to write music that's relatable.
You came out the gate being that confident about writing music, or it took you a minute to find your inner self?
It took me a minute. It's like, I feel like every stage that in life what I went through, it was meant for me to go through that to get to where I wanted before I started to write. Yeah. Because I felt like you can't write without experience. You know, when you 12, you ain't really experienced. You know, 13, you're not experiencing nothing. 14, you know, you're not living life yet. Yeah. So as I got older, when I went on the show, I didn't really know who I was as an artist. Yeah. You know, I knew that I thought I knew who I was. You know, it's easy to say when you in the moment, it's like, I'm ready, I know who I am, you know, I know what I'm gonna do. But as I look back, I knew I wasn't. So like once I came off that show, and I performed the song that I sang, people used to compare me like, this is who you need to be, you know, because of how vocally gifted I was. But it wasn't until I got my own equipment and I really had them long nights by myself. You know,
You had the long nights, and did Better Than Us come from it?
No.
How did Better Than Us come from?
Better Than Us came. It was actually a production company out here. Okay. And they wanted to work with me and whatnot. So I went in the lab with them at the end of 2018, and we recorded that. And we dropped that in like April 2019. But I recorded a couple songs with them, which, you know, go different ways.
Yeah.
You know? So we dropped one song and it did pretty well. People liked that. You know, that it felt like old R&B.
Yeah.
But you know, I'm 19. You know, you can't be making it type.
You can't recreate that type.
Nah, it felt too, you know, like 04, 05. You know, so like it felt good. People liked it, but the people who liked it, young people liked it, but because you know I can sing. But if you really look at the people who was commenting on it, it's like older people.
Yeah.
But my following is young people, so young people liked it as well. But when I sit back and I listen to it, I'm like, but you know, I like it.
Yeah.
You know, but I'm my biggest critic. You know, so I'm like, it's good, but I feel like I gotta turn it up a notch. I gotta really be youthful with my music.
I know you always say you was an entertainment kid your whole life.
Yeah.
You know, been on the set to a lot of things.
Yeah.
Why? Talk about some other things you've been on besides music that we talk about off camera.
So I did Broadway when I was 11.
Yeah.
And I did Nickelodeon. I was doing some acting. So
But that's hard how you couldn't stick with that though, because that's not an ordinary kid position that you was in.
Yeah.
Being on big stages. How you still stuck with music though, to be out of that?
Cause that was my love though. Like music was my love, man. I just love music. Like, you know, so no matter what I did in my heart, you know, that's what I wanted to do. That's what I wanted to do. So, you know, I'm not a person that's big on, you know, doing things that's out of character or like, you know, I really don't want to do it, but I'm going to do it because, you know, it's making money. I'm not that, you know. Even when I came from gospel, like when I came from gospel, I was pretty known in gospel because a lot of my videos, like, would do pretty good when it came to, you know, me posting on social media. So I was getting bookings and stuff, like people was wanting me to come and money was good. But I believe that, and I have a relationship with God, so I feel like I'm not going to put myself in a position, oh, the money is good, so I'm going to take the money and I'm going to perform, but my heart not in it, you know? Right. So I stopped doing shows, like I totally stopped it. Like, I'm not doing no more, I'm not performing no more gospel, I'm not going to no churches, because I feel like only time you see me singing in church is if I was at church and the pastor was like, oh, Qiuentelli, come sing, you know, then I'm not going to turn them down, you know, I'm going to go, I'm going to sing, but as far as them booking me, flying me out, stuff like that, no, I wasn't doing it no more because I just feel like that's manipulating my gift. Like, you know, you don't want to do it, but you're doing it for the money, you know? And if I'm going to do something, it's not genuine. And I'm a genuine person, so I feel like for me to do that, I got to go ahead, I have to enjoy it. And it got to the point where I wasn't enjoying it anymore because it's not what I wanted to do.
What do you felt like was the hardest transition from going from gospel to R&B? What was the hardest?
It wasn't really hard for me. It wasn't hard for me because I feel like like I said, I have a relationship with God, so I feel like He gonna order my steps either way. He gonna order my steps, so I feel like as long as I put the work in, He gonna meet me halfway. So once I really committed to it, like a month later, I got a call from come out to the fort, you know. So, and a lot of people didn't know that was my first time ever performing R&B. Yeah, I had never performed it before. Like I was singing, of course I was posting videos, but like to be out.
That's the largest crowd you ever performed on?
Nah, the largest.
You did the festival.
I did the.
It started with a P, if I'm not mistaken. You did a festival. Damn. It started with a P, man. You did a festival a while back. I'm gonna find it.
Yeah, I'm find it too. I did the U.S. Open, so that was like 30,000. I mean, but if you really, you know, want to be technical for it, was because you know you got millions of people watching, so it's a large crowd. But when I was at the show, no, it was only, you know, they manipulate the cameras and stuff, make it look like it's a lot of people. It only be like 100 people in there.
Good time, the Good Time Room.
Yeah, good time room festival.
Yeah,
that was good. That was good. I did that last summer. It wasn't the largest crowd.
That was outside though.
It was outside.
Where was that?
That was in Shreveport.
Shreveport.
It was in Shreveport. Yeah, it was in Shreveport. So I did that last year. It was cool. It was, you know, good with scene. It was hot outside though. Yeah. Man, it be hot down. Oh my god.
Humid, huh?
Wet, and I had all black on.
Oh man.
Oh my god.
Baking out there.
Yeah. Oh, I was baking.
How important is it as an artist to get on the road?
To get on the road?
Mm-hmm.
I think that's huge. I think that's one of the biggest parts. Because you know you don't want to get caught up in your city. You know, I feel like, and where I'm from, I think people tend to get caught up in their city. They get comfortable. They want to be the, you know, they want to be the biggest thing in the city. Like, oh, it's me. You know. I'm famous
You
here.
put yourself in the box.
Yeah, you do put yourself, because it's only so far you can go, you know. So me knowing that, and it kind of, and I thank God once again for having those opportunities as a kid, being 12, 13, because it expanded my mind. You know, like I seen more. Like I seen so much before I even turned 15 that it was like coming back to Arkansas. It's like I had to dumb myself down.
Yeah.
You know, but I couldn't do nothing because I'm only 15. You know.
Yeah.
So once I got older, and I was like, all right, you know, it's time to make that move. You know, it was easier, and I never allowed myself to get complacent because I was always around it. You know.
Talk about moving to Atlanta. How important as an artist and songwriter for you to get out and network?
It's big because, you know, even like I work with V-Script. So working with V-Script, I met him through social media.
Okay.
So I didn't even know he lived in Atlanta. But I think when I the first conversation we had, he was in LA. So like when I first met him, I was writing, but I wasn't like writing like that. So it's once I got in the mix with him, I feel like that's what really brought my, you know, perspective.
You think you're gonna start ghostwriting for some of these niggas out there?
Hell yeah. Yeah, for sure. Like,
Yeah.
you know, I feel like I'm not gonna put no limits
You
on
ain't
my
gotta drop
bag.
your name.
If you ain't gonna put no limits on my bag,
Yeah.
like, if an opportunity presents itself, you know, yes sir, I'm in there. I'm in there, you know.
How important is it to make sure you engage with your fans on Instagram or any social media
And
platform?
yeah, and it's huge, cause like that's what the game is, you know. Like you got niggas.
It's a numbers game.
Yeah, it's a numbers game. Like you got niggas now eating off of just social media. Like these ain't work job. Like back in y'all day, niggas, we ain't had YouTube. You know, y'all ain't had YouTube, so you know niggas making $400,000 to $500,000 a year just on YouTube, just on TikTok. Like, so I feel like, and those numbers translating over into music because they're like, okay, I'm doing all these numbers on YouTube and TikTok and Instagram. Let me just put out a song.
Yep.
You know, now niggas getting signed.
So you think if all this come with a good gimmick now, they good?
Yeah.
For a short time. Because
Yeah.
it don't last long.
It depends on how talented you are. If you actually, you know, good at what you do and it's not, you know, no hype. Because you know you got a lot of Instagram followers or Twitter followers or subscribers. Niggas gon', you know, you have niggas flock to you because like people equate that with, you know, money and stuff like that. But if you actually talented and know good at what you do, you'll be around. You know?
Yeah.
But a lot of them don't, you know, because you just be the subscribers and fans that got them around, you know. So
Going back to the full, what's some advice that Diddy and DJ Khaled told you off, you know, behind the scenes, off camera? Some things to tell people about.
man, a lot of them was just perseverance, you know, because a lot of times people, when they go on shows like that, they think it's their big break. You know, they think, oh my gosh, I'm finna be it.
That's it.
It's it, you know. But that wasn't my first note, you know. And I don't even really take that as a note, but that wasn't my first time, like being in a situation like that. So it was like them giving me the advice is like it played a big part of me, like keep you know persevering. But I had already knew who I was, you know, as a person. I feel like that didn't make me want to be like, okay, I gotta really keep going, you know, because if they, you know, him telling me like the second song, him telling me I didn't think that song was as good as the first one. You know, a lot of people stop singing like, oh my gosh, Diddy's opinion means so much to me. But me coming on that stage, you know, I had a plan. You know, I knew what I wanted, and I knew whatever he say is not gonna make me stop. You know, so it played a part, but I never valued his opinion too much.
Yeah,
It's like,
Not to
you
make
know,
or break you.
yeah, facts.
So what do Qiuentelli do to keep himself humble no matter how big he gets, you know? To always remember you be that kid from, you know, Little Rock.
Yeah, man, I just keep God first, bro. And you know, I try to. I feel like that's the main thing. You know, I keep God first, and man, I just stick to my roots. You know, I still got my boys. You know, but I don't do the same things as them. But it's no love lost. You know, like we just on different paths. Like, it's still the same love, and it's still the same brotherhood. But I just know, like, you know, we on two different paths. I gotta do certain things. You know, I gotta work a lot harder and longer nights. You know, I can't sit on 2K all night.
Nah,
because you know the
energy. The time anymore, yeah.
You feel me? And I learned that at a young age, because it was when I was in 9th grade. I used to play 2K all day, man. When I tell you park, all of that, my player. But I had like I sat down one day and I'm just thinking like, man, like I'm in 9th grade now. Like it's
Get
Thanksgiving.
real.
I gotta get real, you know,
Time
like,
consuming, too.
and I unplugged my game, I boxed it up and I sold it, bro. That day, and I
That's
ain't
what's up,
buy a
man.
game another
Dedication.
day.
That's dedication.
Yeah, because I just knew, like, I knew what I wanted at a young age. You know, a lot of people are not as blessed to at 15 to be in a position that, even though it's not like I'm not owned, but I'm in a position, even mentally.
Yeah, to do
You know,
something.
What
mentally.
age you got on the for it? What age?
I was 17.
17.
Yeah. But when I was performing at the US Open, like, there was 30,000 people. I was 13.
You wasn't
feel
nervous?
me? No, because I had just did Broadway, you know.
Yeah.
Oh,
I had performed for, I had opened up for Brooklyn Knicks a couple times, like, so it was like I was around big crowds before, you know, I had did it before, so at that point it started to become like, and those were back to back, like I had just did the Brooklyn Knicks like 2 weeks before that,
Yeah.
so I flew right back out there and then did that, and that was Michelle Obama,
Damn.
Ariana Grande, so we all surrendered, so we all in the same, you know, I'm like, damn, like, and I've always been smart as a kid, so when I would be in those rooms, I feel like, man, like, God, he give you signs, like, this is what you gotta do. Like, this is what you need to do. Because there's some people that don't touch those stages
Right.
ever. 30, and they be wishing, like, damn, like, if I can get in that room once. So, you know, I never would take things for granted, you know, because it's not promised.
Mhm.
Especially being an artist. All of this is, you know, you can do all this work, and there's a lot of people that put all this work in, put all this time in, and money, and don't make it. You know,
Yeah,
I'm like,
yeah.
so I don't ever take it for granted. Any rooms I walk in, I'm like, thank you God. You know, could have been bro to the right. You know,
Yeah, sure.
you know what I mean? So I just try to stay grounded and just keep working and stay focused.
So 6ix9ine hit V-Script up right now. Any one of these people in this room, and they say they need you on a record right now. What you doing? That's tough now. So
Nah.
think about it.
I'm not doing
Think
it.
about it.
I'm not doing it.
Why not?
Cause man,
Even though he got the
integrity.
clout though, even though he got that's a big
clout,
name
but
right
they're
now.
not gonna. They're not that.
You think people might look at you crazy now?
Bro, I'm be done before I get
Yeah.
on. You feel me? I'm be done if I get on, cause you know it's like they rap stuff. You know, like, they
He
ain't
offering you that bag though.
offering me that bag, and guess what? I'm gonna be done. People gonna lose respect for me.
Yeah, that's your last bag.
That's what I'm saying. Like all these rappers that you know I want to write for, you know, they're not gonna rock with. They ain't gonna rock with me like that because they gonna feel like Dirk. I listen to Dirk. I like his melody. I like his cases. I like his songs, and I feel like one day I'm gonna be able to write for him. He not, you know, he just got two with Dirk.
Yeah,
So they're like, oh, bro, you
yeah,
just did a song. I can't rock with you like that. You know?
Yeah, you was close, but nah.
Nah, I can't do it.
How important is it protecting your brand?
Man, I feel like that's big. Like one thing my mom will always tell me, like people can take everything from you, but protect your name. And I feel like my brand is my name. You know, like that's me. So, you know, I try to do what I can to, you know, keep that covered. You know, because people gonna talk about you. You know,
Oh, yeah,
you gonna have it, especially the more successful you become. But if you can keep yourself clean, you know, that's why I like Drake so much. Because I feel like Drake is the epitome of an artist, of a brand. You know, he came up acting, then the music, like all of that, everything that Drake represents is like a package. You know,
Right.
that's why I really look up to him as an artist.
You ever have moments when you're on your Instagram, you see some crazy comments, you want to say, man, you know what, fuck you.
Yeah.
That ever happen?
Bro, it's like sometimes, but like I'm very cool or stuff like that. Cause you know, like it won't be the first time, but my mom, that's the one that's gonna, she be ready and go. Like she be, you feel me? She wanna comment back, and I'm like, that hurt. Let me delete her comment real quick. And you feel me? Cause you know you don't wanna have that image of like, gonna be talking back. His mom be talking back. You know, so I gotta protect my my brand from her and, you know, because, you know, mama be,
Yeah, she gotta be protective.
of course, but, you know, this sometimes it's not a good look, you know,
No.
so especially social media,
media.
people take that and run with it, you know, so.
You definitely look like the dude from Get Out. You never
You
got
got
that? You got that?
No,
huh?
I got,
You
I never got that.
You know that was
You know what I got?
Drew Holiday.
I got that, I got Drew Holiday,
You look like them niggas.
I got Omar Epps,
You got Omar?
I got niggas, yeah.
Oh,
And
yeah,
then,
yeah.
What's bro name, off of, damn, he was like Just Dance or something like that, the nigga that did Keisha. I've been waiting just about a day. What's that song called? I mean, what's his name? Jawan Harris. I got Jawan Harris before.
Yeah.
So, cause he was on some movie, not Just Dance. It was some dancing movie, like some singing movie, some karaoke movie. So when I went on the show, people was commenting like, "Is that the dude off of that movie?"
Yeah.
Yeah, so I was getting that a lot.
What Quinn see yourself in 5 years? Music and outside of music.
Outside of music,
Both.
I'll be 25.
You 25.
That's coming, so.
Yeah, no, the time will, man, like, I be deep in my bag when it comes to artistry, when it comes to songwriting, man, like my rate of success of which I envision it, label, or having artists, by the time I'm 25, like, oh, this.
So you want to have you want to have elite.
I do.
You want to be an owner.
I do.
Okay.
That's
good.
Man, 25, dang. I'm not gonna say I had kids yet, but I probably have legit. Probably a son.
You single right now?
Huh?
You single right now?
Yeah, I'm single right now. But, cause I ain't having kids past 25, 27, that's my gap.
Mm-hmm.
I don't want that too. I don't want too many kids.
So you don't want to shoot that?
Maybe. I'm not gonna say I'm gonna have one.
Yeah, you never know.
Yeah, you never know.
Way,
Yeah, for sure. So
So
maybe.
You don't want to shoot that club up right now.
No, I'm not shooting club.
So if Karuchi come through.
Coochie not getting shut. She ain't getting the club shut up, bro.
Shout out.
She on. You feel me? Like,
Yeah.
you know.
That ain't. They got any
She bad though.
Yeah. She might watch this, but you tell her if she watching this.
She Karuchi not my favorite though.
Who is? Take the time.
Dang, do I have a favorite?
Cause you might get a feature right here. You know what I'm saying?
You know what? I have a favorite though, but I'm not gonna say it because her boyfriend is one of my favorite artists, and I want to write for him one day.
Oh, yeah.
Okay.
You know,
Alright,
so I have to take the
that's
brand. You see,
Yeah,
I have to
yeah,
take the brand. So I can't.
We were just talking about this with V yesterday. You think he had definitely said that rap niggas are the new R&B niggas.
Yeah.
You are R&B nigga.
Yeah.
So how you feel about that?
I feel like that.
Yeah.
I don't really have I don't really feel no way about it because I feel like a lot of the R&B niggas out, they aren't as versatile when it comes to, when it comes to writing for niggas. Like,
Okay.
so like the people I listen to, Drake, like I don't really listen to R&B. Like the only niggas I listen to in R&B is like Bryson Tiller. He can rap. He can go back and forth, rap, sing, Tory Lane, rap, sing, Drake, rap, sing. So it's like, and then I listen to a lot of rap, but I listen to more melodic guys like Dirk, Roddy, Gunna. So it's like I don't never limit myself to just listening.
Yeah.
So I can get in there and I can lay some cases for some rapping.
Yeah.
So I don't ever really be tripping off that.
Yeah.
What's for me gonna be for me anyways.
That's right.
So I know you want to start your label down the line.
Mm-hmm.
If you had the choice of choosing a rapper or a versatile artist like you, which one would you choose?
Versatile artist, bro. Only because the way things never go back to where it was, but it's always a modified version of it. So I feel like if I was to choose, like we can say like Drake, I'm taking Drake over Lil Baby.
Okay.
Cause he's so many different bags he can get in. Like he one of the best rappers out, but don't let him turn on. That R&B bag. It's over. He gonna. You feel me? So I definitely rather take Drake over a Lil Baby. Yeah, for sure. Any day.
What would you wanna do? You do your. What would the headquarters be for Qiuentelli Records or whatever like that? You moving back to Little Rock, or you keeping it in the A? Where you taking the headquarters?
Oh, you keep it in the A.
You keeping it in the A?
Yeah, you keep it in the A. I mean, it ain't no but a flight. You feel me?
Yeah, but what you gonna?
And I got people there.
The
So
whole time people gonna be like, come on. Like,
but you got to keep it where the industry is though.
right?
You gotta keep where the industry is. So like, if I was to, I'm gonna keep it here, but it ain't no but a flight, 8-hour drive. Have people down there that's scoping talent. We got social media.
Yeah.
So it ain't hard.
For you to,
anybody that's supposed to be seen gonna be seen.
that's a fact.
So I wouldn't make it too hard to. I'm like trying to build a, because niggas don't want to come to Rock. Like that's my city. Nothing but people don't really come out there. Like we ain't even had Beyonce ain't never did a show there.
Oh, for real?
Damn.
Yeah.
What's your
Drake
biggest
ain't
artist?
never
What's the biggest?
biggest artists that came. We had Justin Bieber. We had
You do a song beat?
yeah, I do something big. Yeah. Young Boy was finna do. His tour's finna stop through there. but just COVID stopped everything. So I think right now, I mean, Janet has been there. Yeah, Janet been there. R. Kelly, he been there.
Oh yeah, some people.
I mean, but it was older version. This like.
That's all old.
Yeah, you hear me? Like I'm not in their prom though. I'm saying like prom artists.
Yeah, it's different.
Like for prom artists, like we never had B in her prom, Dre in her prom. When they tickets were set, $300 for it. Nosebleed.
Yeah.
What would be more important for you? Because I know we're talking about the business side of things. You owning your publishing or you getting an upfront bag?
Only my publishing.
And why so?
Cause I have that favorite, upfront bag. Once you get that upfront bag, that's it, And then your publishing turn out to be way more, over time than something I got when I was 19, So I feel like more longevity than in the moment. It's easy to be in the moment and be like, okay, man, give me this lump sum of money and we own it, rather than I give you this lump sum of money, or you have it, the right sales over time, So I be trying to be not too in the moment, when things happen, because I feel like it's easy for me because I kind of been around it, so a lot of things don't faze me. Like an artist that hasn't had as many opportunities, so this thank God for that too.
Right. You think that's where a lot of artists make a big mistake at, not having their paperwork in order and just signing any deal?
Yeah, for sure. But like that's why I feel like I think I'm grateful for my upbringing because it created that relationship. And so I feel like everything is divine timing. Like when I meet people, cause my upbringing, I'm a genuine person. I'm not gonna be considered an industry nigga, because I have a big heart. So every person that I come in contact with, I don't just when I pray to God, I don't ask for just connect me with a person that can put me. Connect me with a person that's genuine, that's for me. It's for my situation. So people that come through are always like-minded individuals. I connect with people that has the same heart that I do. So they're not gonna be on that industry guy. So I just be really like trying to be in the same company.
You being a genuine guy, how important is it for you to have a guy like D-Script in the corner as a mentor?
Oh, it's extremely important. Because you're gonna get the business taught to you the right way. You don't want to be groomed by a janky guy. Because especially a person that you value their opinion about things. Because when you value someone's opinion, 9 times out of 10 you take those steps. But if you grown by a person that is like-minded, 9 times out of 10, those gonna be the same actions that you take over time. So he don't ever tell me nothing wrong. Like any situation we have, it's always what he would want somebody to tell him in that situation. So that's extremely important.
In the final stages, when you wrapping up a record, do you tend to listen to your camp for the lads? You tend to let them, you play it in the studio, 3 or 4 y'all, you let them make the decision like, it's good or not, or change this, or you tend to just follow your instinct, or you let them kind of decide if they roll with it, or you roll with it too?
Man, it's crazy because when I write, it's just me and V. It's just me and V. Like, we play it for Key, we play it for a couple people, but it just be me and V. But the luxury of having him on the side, he's not a singer. So it's I'm the singer, so I'm looking at it from a
singer's perspective.
You feel me? So he's not that. So he's gonna view it. I'm getting the best of both worlds. It's like I'm gonna hear it from my side, and he's gonna hear it from a consumer side. Because he's not gonna listen to it the way I would listen to it. So then I send it to a couple friends and something like that. Just don't do music at all, because you're gonna get a raw opinion, Because my friends, they don't be on no bandwagon. They ain't gonna say it's nice just because it's me, So
if it's whack, they gonna let you know it's whack.
They gonna tell me it's whack, So
that's important, having somebody who's not gonna let you put out anything.
Super important.
That's not the one. That's what you need.
Yeah. So I'm big on that. Big on that. Huge on that.
You into fashion a lot, though?
Yeah. When I was younger, I was more into it, but now I just want to be comfortable.
Yeah.
I just want to be comfortable, especially when I used to travel a lot. I use sweatsuits. Bro, sweatsuits wearing skinny jeans on the plane, they ain't gonna do it. Yeah. It's uncomfortable, bro. So basically, and I used to hoop too. So, you know, I used to always, game days, sweats, you know. So
Yeah.
I'm into fashion, but like, I feel like once I really start red carpet, you know, shit like that, it's a different vibe.
Yeah.
So, you know, you're gonna want to be like that.
So when you go into the studio, you don't have 30 chains and...
Nah, when I go to the studio, like, comfortable. Because I gotta be comfortable. I have to be, because when I cut at home, I'm comfortable. So I have to be able to get in that creative space, you know, like, when I'm at the studio. So I have to do what I have to do. Like, I need my water, I gotta be, you know, I have to feel good to create, you know, so.
Right. You see any, you know, any separation in the music industry as far as black and white, you know, and especially with everything going down in today's world? You seen any of that in the music industry, or any of that in the commercial levels of music?
Not as much today. Oh no, it's business for me. Yeah, it's business for me, man. I feel like I don't really be, you know, that's not me. I feel like if it's good business, you know, I don't just involve myself in anything.
Yeah.
You know, if it's something that's beneficial and it's, you know, it's not gonna put me in a bad spot. Yeah, I don't want business. You know, like no personal feelings. I'm good at putting things, you know, putting my feelings to the side. Cause I've had to for a long time, you know, especially when it comes to people giving you their raw opinion. You know, you got to be able to take criticism, you know, so that'll help me along the way to be able to separate, you know.
So when you're in the studio and you're doing some songwriting, and you got another guy in there working with you, you still able to put your pride aside and say this the better part? Yeah. Like, but when I create, it's me and V, you know. So it's like we not gonna cap to each other, you know. We ain't like, oh yeah, but it's good. You know, if it's not what should go there, you're gonna say, bro, I think this should go there. Right. Baby, cut it, move on, you know. So
what's the fastest you ever laid a track down?
Ooh, probably less than 20. Probably less than 20 minutes.
Yeah.
Less
It
than
was
20
just, you was in the zone.
Yeah, but like it started to be like that when I started working with Vito, you know, like.
Yeah.
Because at first I was just right, you know, but when he started teaching me melody, I mean, not so much melody, but structure. And he taught me, you know, melody too, but, you know, I knew how to put down melody, but I wasn't in structure. So once I learned structure, you know, and learning formula, it was over, like, because I pick up things really quick, you know.
What's some pioneers besides Drake, because I know we're about to wrap it up. What's some pioneers besides Drake who you definitely, you know, see, any genre, you know?
Any genre?
Rock, country, R&B, rap, it don't matter. That you definitely tip your hat off to.
I tip my hat off? Man, of course, Chris Usher, like going back, man, just to, you know, my roots, the gospel, so of course I gotta tip my hat off to like John B. Key, you know, people like that, Kirk Franklin, cause you know, R&B comes from, you know, gospel. A lot of those chords and stuff like that, you know, that's in it. Man, go ahead, like Kanye. I'm very influenced by him, but man, like, you know, Jay-Z, all the people that came before. Like, I really appreciate all of those people, you know, because all of that, you know, music is music now, you know, so it's
take
like
everything from everybody.
Yeah, for sure. I definitely have, especially due to my background, you know. I don't really have no one person I just grab. Everything is so cultivated, you know. Eric Bellinger too, I gotta throw that in there. Because I definitely take a lot from him.
For sure.
So you think right now Atlanta is the biggest city right now moving musically?
Yeah.
You think it's a debate?
Nah, not really.
They got a lot of artists out there that's putting out music constantly.
A lot of artists. I feel like right now it's Atlanta. Right now it's Atlanta. Of course, you know, it goes back and forth, Atlanta, LA.
Nah, it's Atlanta for sure.
Yeah.
It's like,
Atlanta.
to me, it's not even close. It's Atlanta.
Yeah. Because I feel like Atlanta is more, it feels more down to earth. So people come here, you still feel the South. You feel like you in the South still, you know, but you still get that city feel, you know. So I feel like it's a lot of times, a lot of people migrate here, especially from the South. Because a lot of, when you move to LA, you got to be on to really enjoy LA.
Because you really compete with a lot of heavy hitters. That's where most of the heavy hitter stations out there anyway.
Yeah.
I feel like they come to Atlanta and they get on, they move out.
That's the strategy,
Yeah.
hit out west.
So experience that. So,
You think by being in Atlanta right now, that's going to help you with that?
oh my gosh, yes.
'Cause
Like,
everybody's accessible right now.
yeah, like that's the reason why I came here, man. Because I feel like there's too much opportunity out here.
Mm-hmm.
You know, like especially when I first started working with V, he told me like it's not gonna come to you. You know, it's, the industry ain't never came to Arkansas, so it ain't gonna come to you. So at that point, we was working on movements, but once I started working, I really started like picking up pace. Like, I gotta go, you know, because he'd be in sessions. I'm like, dang, I know if I was there, you know. But a lot of sessions that he was having was so spur of the moment. You know, it was like, oh, I gotta go to a session. And I'm like, dang, I couldn't even book a ticket if I wanted to, because it's like, you know, he just told me in the morning, you know. So I knew I had to get out here.
Yeah.
You know?
Wrapping up, what's something you could tell that R&B dude, any dude coming up in the music game? Looking at camera, telling him a young dude, what's some words you would give to him real quick?
Yeah, keep God first. Stay grounded, stay humble, keep working. Like right now, when you working right now, keep the girls to the side. They gonna always be there. You know, I feel like those are that's essential.
Simple stuff.
You know, for sure. I feel like that's the only reason why where I'm at today.
Stay focused.
Yeah, for sure. 'Cause if I wasn't, I'd be.
If you wasn't, we wouldn't hit you up. We wouldn't
That's
hit
what
you
I'm
right
saying.
now.
That's what I'm saying. You know,
Yeah.
it's easy to chase them. It's easy to chase them.
Yeah.
They be there. Forever.
Yeah, they're always going to be there.
That's what I'm saying. Especially
They gonna be
higher
there.
up you go.
Yeah. Tell it signing out. Glad you came.
Thank you for
You
having me.
You came through. You was all water. You know what I'm saying? You know, we got to do one of these for you.
That's
man.
it. Yeah, it's a little vibe.
Let them know what game show you on right now, man.
Hey, it's your boy Qiuentelli signing out with my boys. Quality drinking. Make sure y'all check that video out this Friday.